Good morning, everybody. It's 7 a.m. Coffee with Shanda, and we are actually now taking these Coffees with Shanda and we're moving them over to a podcast. So keep an eye open to this because I keep getting messages from people, and including my friend Lori, who messaged me the other day. It's like, okay, universe, I get it. People are getting frustrated that they can't listen to this in their car and that it's hard to find on our Facebook pages and things like that. So I want you to know we are listening. We are making this a podcast. It'll be called Yeah, She's Driven, and it's coming out very soon. We've already loaded up and we're ready to roll. So let's talk about today. So today's going to be different. I've got Lindsay online with me. Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Are you excited to be here?
I'm so excited. I can't believe this actually happened.
It's going to be so fun. So we're going to do Coffee with Shanda a little differently this morning. And what we're going to do is Lindsay's actually been quite successful in our Pace Private program. And now she's on the place where a lot of people actually go sideways at this place, where it's like now it's about really bringing in the abundance and the prosperity and the growth, and you already have the platform ready to go now. And so I want to coach her. And I want to coach her live so that everybody can see how I coach her, so that you can have a breakthrough around your growth, around your conversions, around, really your impact in the world. So I thought, instead of me just coaching her privately, why don't we just get online and do it in front of you? So Lindsay, are you ready?
I'm so ready. Bring it on, girl.
Okay, so I'm going to give some context so everybody knows. So you went through Pace Private. You did an online show. So you basically did an interview series where you interviewed only 14 speakers. So you didn't actually go all the way, but you've still been successful. You did 14 speakers, which was a little bit short on the speakers, but you still built a registration, a subscriber list of 2,500 people, right? So how long did that take you to do that?
How long did it take me to do the whole show?
Yeah.
Like from November is when I started asking experts, and my show was over at the end of February. So
December, January, February. So basically 3 months, somewhere around 3 months.
Yeah.
Somewhere around 3 months. Okay. So now, so that you guys know, 2,500 people, if I multiply that by like $7 a registration, which is pretty normal for online right now, that means that she just saved herself $17,500. So for her to have done that online and paid for traffic, unless it was, not the level of traffic she has. Like, she has got warm referred traffic. So for instance, if I send an email to my database and I say, I'm doing something special, do you guys want to come along this journey with me? Do you want to do a 5-day challenge with me? Do you want to do, anything, like come watch me on this interview, podcast, whatever, then my list is going to listen because I have a relationship with my list. And so like that traffic is very warm, right? Like if I send it to Lindsay, that traffic is very warm. So that's the type of audience that she's now built. She's built a really warm audience. Now I market online. I do Instagram ads. I do Facebook ads. We're about to start doing YouTube ads. And let me tell you, it's cold. They don't know who you are. And it takes some really good understanding of direct response marketing to be able to have your marketing convert. So Lindsay's in a really good spot. So 2,500 people. You had 189 people right away to sign up to speak with you.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's so crazy. All they seen was like a little 1.5-minute long video of me, and had an email from someone they trusted. And they said, sure, I want to see her series. And then, oh, wow, I get to talk to her for 30 minutes. Awesome. 189 people.
That's amazing. What did you think when that happened?
What was that?
What did you think when that happened?
Oh my gosh. Like faucet, like in my mouth, like, whoa. That's what I was thinking. And
yeah. Well, I mean, what were you doing before, Lindsay? Before we met, what did your life look like?
Well, I still have a corporate job. I'm out of my home 12 hours a day, Monday through Thursday. And so like, that's most of my life I'm at my job. And I was using that as an excuse to not, like, I don't have enough time to create a business. I don't have enough time to create my dream. Like, I'm stuck where I'm at. And then I went to the Zone event and my life completely changed. I've transformed in the last 7 months.
It's so good. So you've basically had a job that you work at during the day, and then you've taken time like out of your life over like the last 7 months to be able to grow your company, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So your tempo and your pace would be different from someone who had all day to do this, right?
Oh, right.
So, okay, so now you've had 189 people sign up to speak with you. You've built a subscriber base of 2,500 people. I'm looking at my notes here. Your online show ended at the end of February. And basically you did what a lot of people, the growth of growing a business is like you drop some balls and you grab some balls and you run. That sounded horrible, but you get what I mean. So it's like you drop some balls. Sometimes things bleed as you're learning, and you have a great attitude. So I just want to say congratulations for having a great attitude and being like, okay, there are things that are going to drop. So you had 189 people sign up to speak with you, and you haven't been able to speak with many of them. Because you went into our leadership program, you did that. That was full. It's not like you can work when you do it, right? And so you decide, okay, now that I'm outside of the intensives of leadership, I'm going to start reaching out to these people and getting them back on the line. And when you started reaching out to them, you told me before we turned live on this screen, you said, well, people like are not remembering who I am. They're like, move the call up. Who are you? They don't even know who you are anymore. And so basically you haven't spoken to them for a month. So I want to share something with everyone. When you're building a business, your business is not like entrepreneurship is not about you. It's about other people. And you have to get resourceful. And I'm going to coach Lindsay online so that everybody can see what she's going to do next to be able to wake up her audience and be able to get people engaged again, and then essentially be able to serve them. But like, when you go into things like leadership, or you go into anything in your life, God bless, like somebody in your family gets sick and you've got to be at a bedside or whatever that looks like. I'm not a big component on you bringing the computer next to somebody who's really sick and ill in the hospital and working. Like, I know that I hear a lot of stories like that where people are like, okay, like I'm next to the person I love and I'm, they're in hospice and I'm working my ass off. Like, that's just like a busy parent who's not present for their kids. Right? So if you're going to be there, be there. So you want to look at like when things come up, like for instance, our blogs. Right now, our blogs, I was up at 3:30 this morning and I was reading through our blogs and blogs that are coming up, and we're 3 weeks ahead right now, which means that Monday's blog that's going to go out and the email that's going to go to our list to keep our list engaged has already been written. And the next 3 weeks have already been written. So there's space. It's like success loves preparation. So there's space in my life for things to be imperfect, for things to fall apart, and for me to want to go do a course or something and not feel like or somebody's sick and not feel like I've got to like rush to get everything done. Okay. So you want to look at communication. Once you build an audience, and we're going to go into your product in a second. Once you build an audience, you got to keep communicating with them. I know you're learning that right now. We can re-engage them, but you got to keep communicating with them because it's just like a friend. Like I hate it when people say, oh, I haven't talked to that friend forever. And it feels like we never missed a beat. And it's like, but you did. But you did. You missed a lot in between. You missed hard days. You missed intimacy. And so if you want to be someone who can really engage with a platform of people, you got to get that there's people on the other side of that. So communication is important, and it's not like hard work. Imagine if somebody said to any of us that like, oh, being in relationship with you is hard. I mean, I hear it a lot for entrepreneurs. They're like, I don't want to do videos. I don't want to do like coffees with Shanda or podcasts or, any of that. And I don't think you need to do all of them. What I think you need to do is you need to do what Lindsay's done and build an audience first that you can email, because I'm going to tell you something, whether it's, people hear me talk about Spanx all the time, whether it's clothing, right? Or coaching or an agency or real estate. When I was in real estate, I emailed every week in real estate, newsletters out. No matter what it is, you want to be giving to your audience through email, because email, even if you hate email is a place where people buy high ticket items. They do. They buy high ticket and low ticket in email. I take my email list and I upload it to my social platforms and I retarget with ads on my social platforms because deliverability is really great on like Facebook and things like that when you can target your list because people are on these platforms so much nowadays, right? So you, Lindsay, I asked you before we jumped on, and you're really making up what you're offering right now.
Mm-hmm.
So your freedom for people, because a lot of people feel like they need to figure out what it is that they're going to offer. So tell everybody what you're actually offering to your list and then why you're offering it.
Right now, I'm offering a 4-month program to step into their family and create a meal plan, which the meal plan, when you work with me, is way more than the food. So the food is something that everybody yes, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, I got it planned, whatever. But that gets to be executed. So we create a team to execute that meal plan. So you save time, so you build connection, and ultimately eat in peace and have the connection around the table that you're looking for.
Yeah, so and the powerful thing that I think about that, and when you were sharing it with me, is I was like, oh, I've never heard anybody talk about a team. So I think you need to expand this concept of a team in your marketing, webinars, things like that, even Facebook Lives. You need to expand this piece because the problem that I think people have when they get taught how to eat properly is they don't have a team around them. And if they're a woman, right, typically women, they tend to take care of a lot of other people. When they're taking care of other people, they start to drop the balls in their own plan, right? And so you're heading towards a wall, and they've hit that wall a million times. And I've hit that wall a million times, right? I have finally built a team around me to help me. But I never, when you said it this morning, before we jumped on, I was like, oh, that's actually smart because I had to figure that out. But I was dialing home delivery services and all this stuff. And I just wasn't staying on the plan. And it was really frustrating for me. Mm-hmm. So why did you pick this? Why did you pick this topic to help your audience with?
Well, my family and I shifted our diet probably 7 years ago. And we've been through the ups and downs, 100% paleo to eating pizza 3 times a week because we're remodeling a house and there's no time to figure anything out. And really learning how to have grace through all of it and not being so hard on ourselves. And it doesn't have to be 100%. And really a passion for speaking into the people who want to create these diet changes and think they have to do it all and do it all right now and really come alongside them because I've been there.
Right. Well, here's what I can tell you as well that's standing out is I have realized that this is crazy, but I've realized that it really takes 6 or 7 years before people really know what they're doing. And so you're actually saving your audience that have battled with this piece 6 or 7 years of mastering it. Yeah, I've just found that. I mean, I would never let a financial advisor that's only been in business for 4 or 5 years manage my money because I don't believe that he really gets it yet, right? Or she really gets it yet. I know in my own business, the first couple years, the first 3-4 years, it was I was just starting to get it. When I hit 3 and 4 years, I was just starting to get it. At 5, I felt like I knew a little bit. At 6 and 7, I started to feel okay, I know what I'm doing here. I can figure out how to solve problems, which is why hiring a mentor is really beneficial because time is a huge asset. Nobody has 7 years to blow. You know what I mean? Especially in health, right? So here's what I recommend. You have 2,500 people. You have phone numbers. You have people who are engaged. You got to start sending out at least one email that's a newsletter every single week. I recommend 3. Okay, I recommend 3. I used to recommend 2. I still think 2 is better than none or better than 1, but I would recommend 3. If you could send out 4, great. Now people might say, oh my God, that sounds like a lot. This phone is amazing. I can literally go to, my voice notes in my phone. Everybody has voice notes. You have voice memos in your phone. I can go to my voice memos in my phone and there's all these pocket coaching. This is what I send to my clients all the time. It's also, some of them are on my blog. These pocket coaching moments. Lindsay, have you ever gotten one?
Yes.
How valuable are they?
Everything you say is valuable, Shanda.
Thank you. But the pocket coaching moments are literally 2 to 7 minutes. And all I do is I hit record on this and I start saying, hey, it's Shanda. I want to give you a pocket coaching moment right now. And I share a moment that is really beneficial in a way that I think my clients can help. And then what I do is after I do this, there's little dots on the side. You can't see this now, but there's little dots on the side right here. There's little dots on the side. And when I hit those little dots, a menu pops up. When that menu pops up, I can literally hit share. And then with share, I can email it. I can, text.
I lost you. You're frozen on my screen. Come on. I'm going to stop the camera and start the camera again. OMG. Come on.
Can you hear me? Lindsay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Darn it. Okay. So we're going to keep going. Hopefully everybody's still able to be on. It looks like they are. Okay. So once I go to my voice memo, I upload it and I hit share.
It's like when you hit share, it went to like, we're broken up again. It's the same exact time. I don't have you anymore.
Okay. I'm not going to touch my cell phone. Hopefully it works now.
Okay. I got you.
Okay. So when I hit share on my phone, I send it direct. I text message it over. I Slack it over to my team. And so you can create a lot of content very easily, just off your phone. You know what I mean? So instead of thinking like if some people don't like to write, you could voice note things, and literally in 2 to 7 minutes, you can have content. So you could do, if you think about that, 7 minutes, or 5 minutes per 3 messages a week, that's 15 minutes of your life. You know what I mean? That you can write a paragraph out to your list and give them that voice note. You can also embed the voice note so that's not on your blog either. But I like clicking people over to the blog because it makes them click and buy. You're teaching them how to click and buy, click and take action, click and, you know what I mean? So it's important because what happens is you don't want voyeurs. You don't want voyeurs. We don't want to create more people on this planet that have big dreams and don't take action. Right? So that's why teaching people how to click to buy is also teaching them how to click to take action. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to recommend. You have a unique positioning with your product, with the meal planning and the family planning and all of that type of stuff. I would recommend that you do right now, you do either a 3 or a 5 day challenge with your email list. You can get them to opt in for this. It'll wake them up, right? And give to them. Here's how you do a 5 day challenge. It's super simple. You can either go pay somebody $3,000 to learn it, or I'll teach it to you right now. It's very simple. Okay, so literally set up a registration page. On the registration page, go to I think it's AM Institute. Let me see, aminstitute.com, and go to the headline analyzer. aminstitute.com. There's like something going on here. So go to AM Institute. Like there's glasses dropping. I live in a big deal right now, and literally the forces are trying to stop this. So
not gonna happen.
Exactly. So go to aminstitute.com. Go to the headline analyzer. Create a headline for this 3 or 5 day challenge. Doesn't matter what you do. We're just trying to warm them up, right? And what I want you to do is find a headline that rates somewhere around 60%, 55, 60%. Okay. Then use that headline and make it around family meal planning. Make it around family meal planning and the one thing that you need to never break your eating plan again, or something like that. To the one thing you need to keep you and your family healthy forever, or lasting, or anything like that. Okay, so I want you to put this piece in about there's the one thing that I'm going to teach you in this 3 or 5 day challenge that I'm going to challenge you. So maybe do 5 days and you say, I'm going to challenge you to basically build this team. So when they actually come into the challenge, you're going to tee them up. You're going to say the one thing that is the reason why you keep failing on this is because you don't have this team. Mm-hmm. Okay. So in the 5 days, I want you to teach them the basics on how to create a plan inside of their family, and how to build the team inside their family. Now, here's the caveat. You basically have to do these challenges in 10 minutes. So you go 10 minutes of teaching, 10 minutes of Q&A. 10 minutes of teaching, 10 minutes of Q&A. More is not better. So in other words, please don't give 20 minutes of talking and then 10 minutes of Q&A, because they don't want to, they don't want to stay on that long. Do you know what I mean? People hate change as much as I wish they loved it. They hate change. And so I've even found that if I do like an email sequence where I do some video and some audio, people get frustrated. They will actually email me and they get frustrated that I change the way that I'm delivering to them. Okay, so people like it when you respect their time. So stay on time. So 10 minutes of teaching, and you give them a challenge at the end of that 10 minutes. So here's what I want you to do before we speak tomorrow at this time. Do it at the same time live. Don't pre-record these. So you can do it in a Facebook group where they have to come and join a Facebook group, or however you want to do it, okay? Mm-hmm. However you want to deliver it. I like delivering it in a Facebook group, so they're live with me every morning at a certain time. Okay. Yeah. So 10 minutes, give a challenge, then they ask Q&A, you end. 10 minutes, do a challenge, 10 minutes, Q&A, and end. When you're doing this, you can go in and on day 2 or 3, you can start making offers that if they want to talk to you about their plan and they want you to audit their plan, you can give a link to schedule time for that. Okay. Perfect. And so you got to think about value. You have to deliver on the value first. While you're delivering on the value, you will clearly see, is this a good fit for you or not to work with this family? Do you like their personality? Do you think that they're the right avatar for the type of person that doesn't drain you but fills you? Do you think that you could actually be successful with them? And then go ahead and do a full I solve, which is our 5-step selling process that right? Because you're in PACE, so you know this already. So go ahead and finish that off at the end of delivering the audit. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
And then I know that you're charging $595 a month for your plan. I would change that to $599 or $597.
Okay.
Just because it's just a proven number to put 7s and 9s on the back end of your work, of your price points. Home Shopping Network shows that all the time. So $5.99 is great. And then you have a pay in full option, which is great. So you want to think though, like, where are these people going to go after that 4 months with you? Okay. So the first thing I would do is, bring on your first 10 clients like that. And then with those first 10 clients like that, you can start to figure out like, okay, what is it that they need next? And you can ask them. So I don't like to make things up in my mind. I really believe that Heartcore has grown to the level that it's grown to and continues. And the divisions we keep opening up are not just divisions to sell our clients more offers. They're actually divisions that our clients need to keep expanding. Like, how do you tell your story, on stage? How do you do your social media, content, layouts, how do you do that? So like, as we create divisions to expand our offers, we don't expand our offers based on Shanda's inspiration of what she wants to offer now. Like, oh my God, I love this. I want to offer this. I have not operated like that for so long. All I do is ask my audience, they tell me, and what normally starts to happen is I normally start bringing in friends that I know can deliver on that work, and I negotiate a deal with my friend to give our clients a discount. Well, once that flow is happening and I'm seeing success with people, then we open up the vertical and the division, and then we keep that in-house afterwards. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Because we see it as a natural funnel that's developed that is of necessity to our clients. So remember, making offers is a gift. It is a gift. Every time you go and you make an offer, it is a gift. It means you're willing to give something. You're willing, like, think about this. Whenever you have a product or an offering that you're going to give, what do you have to do inside yourself to get yourself up to the game of making the offer? It's a lot, right? Like, there's a lot of emotional work that goes into saying, okay, I'm going to make this offer. You have to face like fear of rejection. It's not going to work. People are going to think I'm too selly, pushy. And then that's all before the work. Then there's all the work that you have to do after that to actually deliver on whatever it is that you offer. So making offers is a gift. It's a gift to the world. It's a gift to your clients. So remember, when someone makes you an offer, if it's not the right fit, don't get pissed off they made you an offer. Be thankful that they're another entrepreneur demonstrating that they're willing to go out there and give a gift of making an offer. And if it's the right fit for you, then for God's sakes, become resourceful enough to figure out how to get over whatever wall you have to get over to actually be able to say yes to that. So I'm going to leave you at that point because I feel like, right there, if you do the 5-day challenge, you're going to re-engage them. Mm-hmm. And really, normally at the end of a 5-day challenge, we would do a webinar and we would sell a information product, right? Like our list power or something like that. We would sell that. But I'm actually going to recommend that you literally just go in and offer audits or some variation of that. Go back to your coach and Pace Private as well and talk to them about like naming whatever that is. You know what I mean? The audit or whatever. Like, I'm willing to give this to you. If you want it, here's the link. Post the link in the comments section. Don't post it in the description. Okay, so it feels a lot more personal when you come back and post it in the comment section than for you to already have like a premeditated like thing. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I'm saying? So it feels better. So it's like, here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and I'm going to post it. Or you can have somebody on your team, your virtual assistant or something like that, or your husband or your kid. I'm going to have my son, Johnny, go in and post it in the top of the comment section right now. So Johnny, go do that right now. And he's going to post it. There you go. There it is. Okay. Click on that. And as long as there's spots available, I'm happy to make this offer for you, but name that offer. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what I'm hearing you say is create the 3 to 5 day challenge with the objective of being able to get on the phone with them and do whatever this audit is called. And
right. Well, that's the result that you'll get from doing a good job on the challenge. So you put all your focus on the challenge of helping them really build like a basic plan into their life and to understand this idea of team. Mm-hmm. Right? Like the one thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah,
so
it does.
So you put your focus there. If you do really well on that, when you offer the plan audit, right? Or whatever, right? How to supercharge this, how to whatever. When you offer that, then that's just going to be a given. It's going to happen so easily. So like really put your focus on that. Remember how I told you when I used to be in business, I used to be like really rigid and intense, and that energy only creates survival. You don't have any of that energy. You actually have a really abundant personality, which is great. So it's like, but you want to make sure that you don't get too driven into getting, because then what happens is you will lose that connectivity. So put your attention on really having them have a great result for doing this challenge with you. And then from there, it's like the offer will just blow off the shelf.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Awesome.
Super cool.
Awesome. Then of course, keep looking to get your next online show on the books and finish the process so you don't just have 14 and go all the way. I'd say challenge yourself to have 30 speakers. Yeah. Okay, like go all the way. And here's what I can tell you. There's been times that I've not been good at marketing and have really, really made a huge impact in the world because of just the platform I have. And so never forget that building your audience is more important than anything, and communicating with them. Because if you only communicate with them to like make offers only, then, and I see this all the time, it happens very easily because we get so busy, selling and then delivering on it. And all of us are just human beings that we forget that we still have to do all the relationship stuff and want to. Like that's all the stuff that's no pressure, to be really honest. It's just giving with no intention to get anywhere, just building that relationship. If you keep doing that, if you focus on continuing the communication, in anything, like even just document your life, like you and your family and some of the stuff that you guys are doing, like it doesn't always have to be about meal planning. It could be about living, like there's an underlying message and mission. And this is the piece that is important for everybody to get to when you get to this step. But like Lindsay, start thinking about, the reason why you've picked meal planning the way you've picked it is because you actually have a soul calling for an underlying mission of healing families, of families being healthy. It connected with the reason why you did it. And so what is that? Right.
The reason I did it, the reason I transformed my family through my meals, like just to create responsibility, to create connection, to create independence, like to create, my kids are like so independent, but so full of love. And like, I really think that it started at this decision that we were going to work together as a family to create this space around our meals. And
okay, so you're even showing me even more right there. So it's like your underlining mission is to create like a family bond and a family team that is independent on their own, but are all playing their roles inside the family, which is like a company, right? And a family runs really well when everybody's playing their roles.
Absolutely.
And that's powerful. So really you're teaching people how to develop that family foundation where they're a team.
Yeah. I always say, like, when I wake up late, my 7-year-old is like, I'll pack your lunch. I got it, Mom. Like, that's amazing.
That's amazing. So you have a football team. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which a football team can win the Super Bowl, if they operate like that. So imagine all the other things your family can create because they operate like this. And so the thing that we all have in common is we all eat, right? And so that really is your underlining mission. So all of your documenting, like those moments, breakdowns and breakthroughs, do them on video, on audio, and just send them to your email list 3-4 times a week.
Make it easy.
Make it easy.
That's what I'm hearing. It's only hard if you make it hard. If you decide
you don't have to write a big, long, huge email. In fact, most people don't want to listen to it. So get to the point, be valuable to your community, and inspire them to grow. I was going to say grow a business, grow a family like a team.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and win the game of life.
That's it.
That's great. So that's your mantra, and that becomes your mission. So you want to inspire families to operate as teams through food. Okay. And so re-listen to this Coffee with Shanda and take some notes on some of this stuff, and then keep me in the loop of what you create.
I always will. Thank you, Shanda.
I'm excited for you. Awesome, you guys. We went a little bit longer on Coffee with Shanda because we kept getting disrupted. My camera kept turning off. But God bless you all. And here's to having a great weekend. Have a fantastic weekend. And I really look forward to seeing you next week on Coffee with Shanda. Bye.